Ousted CDC Director Susan Menarez is set to testify before a Senate Oversight Committee next week. The Trump administration fired her last month after she refused to resign under pressure. Menarez says she was dismissed after she refused direction by Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to pre-approve recommendations for the CDC's Vaccine Advisory Panel. Kennedy has denied the claim. Menarez will appear before the Senate Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee on September 17th. And Alan Miller joins us now with more headlines.
Well, Monica, the Supreme Court will decide whether President Trump's sweeping global tariffs are legal. The High Court announced it will hear the case. The lower court ruled the Trump administration didn't have the authority to impose many of the tariffs under a federal law meant for emergencies. The Trump administration argues the tariffs are needed to address major trade deficits with other countries and to slow trafficking of illegal drugs into the U.S. The tariffs will remain in place until the legal challenges are resolved. The emergency declaration behind the federal takeover of Washington, D.C. expires today. The president can't control the city's police force more than 30 days without Congress. Some D.C. residents say they don't want President Trump to be so involved in their city. However, police say homicides, car thefts, robberies, and violent crime are down since the takeover. Republican lawmakers are introducing bills to expand federal control of D.C.'s justice system, and Mr. Trump says other cities are in his sights. Former Vice President Kamala Harris is set to release a memoir, and the first excerpt has been published by The Atlantic. 107 Days is about Harris's abbreviated run during the 2024 presidential campaign. Harris assesses whether then-President Biden should have been allowed to decide on his own whether he should run for re-election. Harris calls it recklessness and says it should have been more than a personal decision. 107 Days is set to be released in 2 weeks. And one of the stories we're working on for First News at 6, an update on the progress of a much-needed housing development in Williston. Back to you, Monica.
All right.